all rain.
And it's
No, and it's not going away anytime soon. Even though the worst of this is probably over for now, winds are starting to diminish a bit, at least in the Philadelphia area. They're still pretty high in central New Jersey. The rain is starting to move out as well. It's not going to move out completely. We'll show you what we're talking about here on Ultimate Doppler Radar. We've got this storm here. Now, the center of the storm is moving a little further south. Then it's going to go out of here, but it'll take Sunday and probably part of Monday to do so. So even when it's not raining, it remains cloudy and it remains kind of on the breezy side. It's a pretty big area. It goes all the way up to Toronto, Canada. But for right now in Philadelphia, we are rain free. Still, though, we have flood watches in effect for most of our viewing area here until the morning hours tomorrow. 2 to 4 inches, some of the rainfall measurements that we're getting right now, and it is going to be lingering through the rest of the weekend. But we have good news in the 5-day forecast, and we'll have that for you coming up in just a bit. Joyce.
all right, so bring on the good news. It's been a long, hard winter for all of us, but the Jersey Shore has really taken a beating, and it's taking yet another one. Fox 29's Ty Chandler live in Atlantic City, where there's been big trouble at a construction site, right?
Yes, Joyce, the fierce winds forced many out of their homes tonight. A lot of those people are spending the night here at the Atlantic City Convention Center, where they'll be camping out for the night and maybe for a while.
Yeah, we didn't expect this. This was crazy. This is the worst I've ever seen it.
The fierce winds toppled a crane at the Revel Casino, sending debris everywhere.
We were looking out the window. We heard the wind, and we saw the pieces of the roof from the casino, from the Revel Casino, fly off and smashing it in cars. We saw cars get damaged. The winds were so heavy that we saw they were pushing the cars across the parking lot.
Everyone got out, but now being home is just too dangerous. The buildings surrounding the crane have been evacuated, and many residents are spending the night at the convention center.
We're trying to make sure that they're safe and comfortable. So everything seems to be working well.
Sitting in here, we've been in here for about 2 hours now. We're waiting for hotel rooms or somewhere. We have like nowhere to go.
Now, here's the good news. There was no one working at the construction site at the Revel Casino today, and there were no serious injuries. There was some debris that fell on a police officer's cruiser, but that officer was treated and released at a hospital. He is fine. The news is that the evacuation area spans about 6 miles. There's a lot of displaced residents, and we're told that they go home for
In the high winds.
Well, just to update you, we have over 25,000 customers without service right now. And at the height of the storm in mid-afternoon, we had about 42,000 customers without electricity, and that's now down, as I said, to about 25,000.
News.
Pardon me?
That's good news.
Well, the bulk of those outages right now in the county, about 19,000 customers out of service there. And even though the numbers are down, the challenge we face now is that in addition to the 19,000 out of service in Atlantic County, the remainder are scattered throughout the other counties in southern New Jersey. So we have a lot of damage to the system, from wires down, the trees coming down on equipment, damaging equipment. So the outages, since they're so widespread and significant damage, it is going to take us a while to get the service back to the remainder of these customers. Unfortunately, since the damage is so extensive, we cannot give an estimated restoration time at this point.
Well, any shelters activated yet? Is there any need since it's rain, not snow?
Well, what we customers in any storm or snowstorms, heavy rainstorms, weather scenarios like this, we always tell folks if they are going to be at a disadvantage for any extended length of time, to make alternate arrangements with friends and neighbors, especially if they have help.
Near Derby Creek. Sean, you've been out there all night. How are things out there now? Is that water still rising?
It is, Joyce. The volume's still pretty high. The wind has stopped. The rain has stopped. We're right here on the McDade Boulevard Bridge over Derby Creek. And I could tell, at least from a man-made barrier that I see on the bank, unofficially, it looks as though this creek level has dropped since we last saw you at 6 p.m. about 2 feet. And you can see all the trash that is still built up underneath this bridge. It is still running at a pretty high volume. It's been a pretty rainy, soggy day for many people here in Derby, but for at least one family, it got so bad they started to pack and head for higher ground when this water in this creek got a little too high.
The electric's going to get turned off, so we took all our freezer food out, got it ready to move to a friend's house.
For Bill Whittle's 2 young boys, tonight was a night to play in the driveway of their Derby home on Springfield Road, but to their dad, Derby Creek, that runs close behind the apartment, wasn't in such a playful mood.
We packed, we put our stuff up high so it doesn't get wet.
Fire department personnel put the family on evacuation alert if water levels continued to rise through the evening.
We were told if it got past this trash can over here that we were probably most likely going to be evacuated tonight.
The good sign is that water levels continued to drop through the night.
I guess low tide's taking everything out.
But heavy rain swelled Darby Creek all day long. The McDade Boulevard Bridge feeling the brunt of the raging force of the rushing waters in downtown Darby.
I think it'll get higher. I think it'll get over the bridge.
This bridge, only 2 years old.
Be prepared for this to happen in the future. I don't foresee a problem.
The old McDade Boulevard Bridge had to be torn down after continued deterioration from flooding, much like here say this was supposed to alleviate the clogging problems, much like this, but Mother Nature didn't get that memo, it seems.
If we get 4 inches of rain right through the night into the month, yeah, that's going to be a problem.
And how much of a problem it will become remains to be seen. It has become more of a tourist attraction than anything here, but police continue to come out here about every half hour or hour just to check the levels. And as we mentioned, one good sign here, at least the creek levels are dropping, but they say they will monitor this throughout the night. So that's the scene here live. Joyce?
John, let's hope it doesn't get any worse, but you're going to be staying about the hour. We're going to check back with you on that rising water. Much water covering roadways. To be accidents. You see a car lost control and slammed into a barrier here on Route 1 near 611 in Hunting Park. Still, PA State Police say most drivers appear to be taking it easy, maneuvering poor visibility of pounding rain and whipping wind. Flooding and downed trees have forced Amtrak to shut down all train service between Philadelphia and New York. The winds and rain so strong right on top of a SEPTA regional rail train in motion. It happened on the R5 train at Marion Station. Passengers on board the train say our winter weather has made using the rail line almost impossible.
We were on the train and I saw a tree branch like as I was looking out the window, and then all of a sudden we started slowing down, and then like 5 seconds after that a big flash, I saw a flash like an explosion almost, and then the power went out and we were just waiting there for probably, I don't know, it seemed like about an hour, and then we transferred over to another train thinking that we would be good, but then the guy told us that we didn't have power there either, so we're here just waiting for a ride, get back to downtown.
Oh, what a day. We hope they made it. Almost a couple dozen people were on that train when the tree came down on top of it. Nobody was hurt. Service suspended on the R5 line. SEPTA says there have been several problems causing minor delays throughout the evening. Stormy weather also causing major delays at airports up and down the Northeast corridor. New York's JFK is reporting delays up to 5 hours. LaGuardia, more than an hour. Tonight, Philadelphia International Airport says flights are back on time after delays as long as 2 hours earlier. If you are expecting someone or heading out of town yourself, you should check the status of your flight before you leave home. You can find that link right at myfoxphilly.com. The torrential rain and gusting wind didn't keep people from shopping. This is Ustream video shot by a Fox 29 viewer at the Philadelphia Premium Outlets. Go to myfoxphilly.com and learn how to